What's going on, guys? Coach Chrispect here. Gonna do a live, so I'll wait for some of you guys to get into the room, but I'm gonna do a Q&A for you all about retail arbitrage. If you have any questions at all, we can go over those. You can ask me anything about Amazon, about retail arbitrage. Let me put on the messages here. So if you hear that noise in the background, it's just my fountain. I'm in my backyard right now. Not much of a backyard. It's just my condo. Condo in Vancouver. So, anyway, hope everything is going good for everybody with retail arbitrage, with private label, with book arbitrage. An update on my book arbitrage. I sent roughly, what was it, 100 titles to Amazon, and they've been selling. I think daily I sell about 3 or 4 titles. Considering I paid $1.40 a book, and the titles are selling anywhere from 14 to, I think, probably the top one is sold for about 30. Um, I think after all said and done, I've made anywhere from 6 to 20 bucks. And like I said, I'm averaging about 3 a day. So just depending on the day, probably 20, 30, about $50 right now on average, give or take, plus or minus. But that's books. So that was 100 titles, roughly about 300 plus, maybe a little bit over 400 new books that I bought, shipped off to Amazon in new condition. They've all arrived, and like I said, they've all been selling. So that's just kind of the update on that I wanted to give everybody. And it's obviously an inventory game. So, it's just a matter of like the goal was to get to $100 a day. I didn't hit the goal, but keep in mind it's only been a week since my books have been live on Amazon off that last arbitrage that I did. And like an average of 3 books a day at anywhere from $7 a book, so 21 bucks to 20 bucks a book to 60 bucks has been what I've been seeing profit on the book sales, which has been awesome. The titles that I notice are more popular have been the cookbooks that I've launched. So if you're out there and you're doing arbitrage, look at the cookbooks. Try to get celebrity cookbooks. Those have been really good. Um, what other titles have been good? I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Can't really think of the other titles that have been good. But um, I never really paid. Actually, the funny thing is, I never really paid attention to the titles all that much as far as what I sent out there. A lot of fiction novels I sent out. A lot of motivational novels or books were in there that I sent out. So that was good as well. So that's the update with books. The update with my um, bundles. Haven't sold any of the bundles yet. I'm still trying to optimize them and get them ranked. Remember, with the bundles that I sent out, again, they all arrived probably about 4 or 5 days ago. With the bundles that I sent out, zero ranking. I created the listing from scratch. All I did was find things that were selling well and had really good rankings. And then I bundled. I usually just basically doubled or tripled the volume of the product, but again, bought them for really cheap and just bundled them in order to create a higher perceived value. I packaged them together, sealed them together, created the listing from scratch, photos from scratch, and then so now I'm just trying to get them ranked. So I'm working on that. Everything is done. It's just a matter of getting some sales. So two strategies I do with that. Strategy one is I'll use my, not my private Facebook group. I don't use that, but I use pages that I've created to promote the product within that niche. So if I created a broad page for, I'll give an example. If I've created a broad page for pets, then I use the subscriber base and I just throw the promotion out there to that subscriber base And essentially, what I do is I'll offer that subscriber base usually roughly around 75% off, and I'll do something like just thanking them for their prior purchases if they've done that. Then I'll tell them about a new product that's coming out under that brand that was of the same brand of their prior purchase. And then what I'll do is I'll say, hey, if you want to buy this great new product, I'm super in love with this product. I think it's going to do, because I'm still alive, I think it's going to do tremendous things. And am I still alive? Yeah. It's going to do tremendous things. I think people are going to love it. And not to call me. Tell my wife not to call me. I think it's going to do tremendous things. And then I tell them, buy it, try it. If you don't like it, return it to Amazon. And that's kind of the throw out I give to my current subscriber base. And then from there, just see how that goes. Okay, so that's just kind of a promotion I throw out to my current subscriber base. So I do like to create a lot of niche pages, broad, for every category that I potentially sell in. That's just a tip or a trick that you can do as well for all the different categories. You do want to come up with a brand, an umbrella brand that you can sync everything under for every niche. So if you're into sports, again, have a parent brand name, and then have a brand name that kind of utilizes the same parent for sports, for pet, for housewares, for beauty, for electronics that surround that brand. That's what I find an easy way to build a good niche within that brand. So, and keep it broad so that you can continually build however many people will be like your page or join your group. And then just promote it out there, give them a great deal. And the reason I do that is I do that so that and I just ask them in return for the 75% off or the special pricing that you'll get. If you do buy it, just make sure to leave a review. As soon as I get 5 or 6 great reviews, the price will go up to its regular price, or honest reviews, or however you want to pitch the reviews. But I ask for reviews, and that helps me get that product ranked on page 1 and stuck on page 1. So that's a little strategy there using Facebook. It's free. Create groups, create 5 or 6 of them today for your brand as an umbrella to your brand that kind of use your brand name within the page name. And then from there, just build that subscriber base. It's going to take time for you to add people from your own Facebook friends to it. So you can obviously add, if you have 100 friends, you can add 100 members to your pages. Or you can simply do advertising, paid advertising, and build the membership. Or you can talk, pitch, I don't know what it is, but tag the page in groups that you have this same niche. So that's just another tip on how I rank my bundles. Now I've been doing it for years, so I've got a couple broad pages that are of decent membership. And again, I'm not talking about any of my group pages. I'm not talking about Sweat Equity Millionaire or Entrepreneurs University or our private group for Amazon Hustle Mentorship. None of that. I'm just talking about broad niche pages for all the different categories that you like to sell on in Amazon. So that's just an update with my bundles. I suspect we'll probably get some sales next week. Let me just check here. If you're in the group, just say hi, give me a shout out, let me know you're watching, and I'll say hi back. If you have any questions, let me know about anything, and I'll say hi back. I hope to hit up at least 2 or 3 stores this week. I want to do Costco. I've never done Costco before as far as retail arbitrage. So I'm going to go head over to Costco probably this weekend and do a live while I'm in Costco. Every time I do a live, I kill my data. So you'll notice kind of towards the end of the month, in the high 18s to 20s of the month, I stop doing stuff because I'm probably out of my data and 50 to 100 bucks spent above and beyond. So I usually just jump off ship of all social media for a few days. until my data resets to Canada, so it's kind of terrible. Um, what else? Private label is great. All my private label products have arrived at Amazon. So now the next step for all of you guys, as you know, is to get your product ranked on page one when you're in the private label. So reviews, I am hustling for reviews, trying to get my product reviewed. Amazon no longer. I don't know if they've are doing it in Canada. I know they're certainly doing it in the U.S., but they no longer accept unverified reviews. So I'll have to check if that's the case in Canada. Usually I have 4 or 5 unverified reviews go through. And I know a lot of people actually having issues with reviews in general. Even verified reviews aren't getting posted. So I don't know what metrics Amazon's using right now to catch people who are getting reviews on their products that are against terms of service. But I'd be curious if you guys know what they're doing. Let me know. Shoot me a link. Um, if you don't, whatever. But anyways, so obviously with my new private labels, these are big products, bigger volume, daily volume. I hope to ramp them all up to 20 plus a day for volume. So that's the goal as far as sales. One of them I ultimately want to get up to the $39.99 price point. And the other, I'd be happy if it's at $16.99 and sells well as far as its price point. But they both should do, again, a minimum of 10 and, you know, shoot for personal bests of 30 plus per day, especially for the high-end ones. The cheaper ones obviously will make those numbers as long as I get ranked on page one. So that's the goal for a private label. So I'll spend a little bit of time. Maybe I'll jump and do a live online. If anyone has any questions about ranking on page one for your private label products, let me know in the comment section. I obviously use price manipulation first. I try to do that. I do a little bit of PPC, a little bit of coupons. I'm always optimizing the listing title. Every day I check search ranking. I don't use any of the services out there. I do it all myself. If anyone can recommend, um, you know, let me know if Viral Launch, if you think Viral Launch is a good product for launches. I've not used it. People ask me about it all the time. I've been a Jungle Scout guy for a long time, but I've just not bothered because I've had success doing it myself. But I'm always curious about those options as well. So let me know. Um, what else? What else is new? Not much is new. I just quickly wanted to come on here and give everybody an update. I don't think anyone seems to have any questions, which is odd. Usually I have about 30 questions. Oh, look at my finger. So that's fine. Fountain's pissing away in the background. Who's on right now? Let me know if you're on right now. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not getting any questions. I'm gonna turn it sideways. Your orientation is blocked. Oh, there we go. Do you have TV internet that offer whole home internet there? MTS Manitoba. We have home internet and Canada wide data for one price. On your cell as well? Damn, that's really good. I'm talking about data on my cell phone. Does that apply to your cell phone? TV internet that offer I mean, I don't even have cable. I haven't had cable since 2011. Um, so no, but I'm talking about cell phone data. I always go live, obviously, for my phone. Does that include your phone for like? Yeah, Canada-wide data for one price. Not sure what that means. That includes your phone. Damn, BC sucks. I was with TELUS spending like $125 a month, and all they wanted to give me was like 3 gigs, jumped over to Fido, I think they charged me $50, and they gave me 10 gigs, and I still go through. I eat up 10 gigs like it's nothing. I probably, if I were if I were able to do all the lives that I wanted to do, I'd need like 20 gigs for sure. Until I probably get into the habit of doing it like really often. But I'll look into it. See, include sales, man. That's crazy. The funny thing is I'm from Winnipeg. I'll never go back, but I'm from Winnipeg. So MTS is the bomb. Manitoba Telephone System. Is that what it stands for? Something like that. No, Vancouver. Yeah, I mean, they got a few different options, but I don't know if anyone's doing that kind of deal. But that being said, like I said, I haven't had Shaw, or I haven't had a cable provider since 2011, when I got pissed off at them for not giving me the option to shut off my Shaw account. We had some water damage in our condo, so we were like kicked out for like a month while they did renos. And I called shop and I was like, okay, I need to freeze my account, put it on, hold for a month. And they're like, oh, we can't do that. They wanted me to pay while I was out. So I was like, okay, forget this. Talk to your manager. Then ultimately I was just like, okay, just cancel it. I'll pay the end of this month. Never went back. Just ended up using Netflix, and I really I'm a football guy, so I just stream football, or whatever. I have DAZN and NBA. I use League Pass, which is terrible. I used to use an offshore one, which was great, but then they wanted Bitcoin before Bitcoin was big, so they knew something we didn't know. So back to FBA. So uh, I was telling everybody that I am done retail arbitrage for a little bit. I went hard on the inventory for the last while and put probably about 5 grand into my retail arbitrage pillar of my business. So I'm going to go a little bit light on that. Maybe just fill up what I know is moving, and not so much a wide base of products, and just like any of the ticket items that I'm moving. Like I just went and actually did a buy on a bunch of $50 products for retail arbitrage, and just shipped those out. So, and they're retailing on Amazon for $155 right now. So I'll wait till some of that stuff moves, and then I'll make buys. But I'll still do videos, see what's going on, see what I can scan in stores for you guys, and I'll upload those. And then, like I said, funny thing about, eventually it feels like doing videos is not pointless, but I'm just seem like I'm doing repetitive videos uh, that are already in my channel. So I don't, that's why I don't really go on as much. I'm like, I already did that. I got to start looking maybe at other people's channels to see what the majority of people want to see. If you guys know what videos you want me to make, I'll make them. Just leave a comment in the comment section below. I'll make those videos. I just need some inspiration. So let me know what videos you need to see, what stores you want to see, top fives of anything. And I'll do my best to make those videos for you guys. So I want to start doing at least 5 videos a week. So kind of a Monday to Friday kind of thing. That's my goal, and ultimately to ramp it up a little bit more, even double that, 10 videos a week, and just keep them short. Like this video is 18 minutes long. I don't even know who will watch past 4 minutes. But yeah, so that's the goal. So I'm gonna do a Costco one. I'm gonna actually go downtown Vancouver, and I'll show you guys how you can stand on one of the major streets and make a you can do retail arbitrage on one of the primary streets in Vancouver. So I'll show you guys that. I could probably hit up like 6 stores in one shot. They got Home Sense, they got Winners, and then all the major stores, Aldo, all the big brand stores. I don't know. I've never really gone into big brand stores to see what the deal is in those places, but I'm sure there is some discount price products there as well. Thanks, Montessor. I appreciate that. I know they have value. That was the whole intention, and I know some of them are really long. Um, there is a RA on winners. Yes, I did one 2, 3 weeks ago. So about 10 videos ago. If you go on my channel, check it out. What's going on, Shahin? Did I say it right? Shahin Husani. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I did one about yeah, I did about 10 videos ago. A winners one, HomeSense slash winners. I like that place. Um, there's a lot of tricks you got to do. You know, obviously a lot of stuff is not packaged, like, you know, pillows and bed. You know, the bed sheets are, but the pillows and stuff like that, and the lamp stands and the the you know, poster frames, the paintings. So you know, you have to add in that step of of you know, being able to package all that stuff with a plastic wrap before you send it to Amazon. But they got some money in there, definitely. Their perfume section is great. Okay, what's your question, Shaheen? Do you sell on Amazon.ca? What BSR is good to choose? Well, yes, I sell on Amazon.ca. I sell on Amazon.ca primarily. I do my private label in the .com as well. But only retail arbitrage I only do on Amazon.ca. BSR. Uh, I don't know. What BSR is good to choose? Oh, give me a sec here. Sorry, guys. She's gone to. Well, I mean, go out there. She's fine. She just walked with Carrington and carried to wholesaler. So yeah. So what? Sorry, your question was what BSR is best to choose. Um, it depends on the category. Google, if you Google BSR, Amazon, uh, retail arbitrage, BSR, it just depends on category. I can give you some examples right now. Toys, anything under 100 grand, but it hasn't stopped me from hitting up toys over 100. I like big ticket item toys over 100. So, for example, if I'm selling something that retails on Amazon for 150 bucks and it has 150 ranking, 150K ranking, I'll buy it. Usually the bigger ticket items have a much higher ranking, but they do sell. They definitely do sell. Books, right now I'm hanging with stuff anything under 500K, but I have chosen some titles over that. And obviously, but a 500 is kind of my target for books. Um, Electronics, a lot higher, 200K. But again, it depends on what the electronic is.